Police Abusing Powers. If that is you, on the comments from the last live stream, I've just had a sleepless night. Why don't you actually speak to me yourself? Because you've got my number, I've got yours. Just actually speak to me. Instead of making malicious threats, nonsensical threats, getting your people to, I've just had I feel very sick actually from these threats. Just prove that it's you under the comments, because I've got a few things. I've got a few things I'd just like to respond to them. I've just had a sleepless night anyway, because of circumstances that I don't really want to talk about on here. It's kind of amusing, some of it. Right, well, let's just get... I won't let your number be seen, don't worry. And I'll be polite. I'll just leave a voice message.
EE voicemail. I'm sorry, but the person you called is not available. Please leave your message after the tone. After you've finished your message, just hang up. Or to hear more options, please press 1.
Hello, Dan from Police Abusing Powers. Did you? It was you that commented under my live stream. Well, it's got your profile picture, and it's speaking as if it's you because it's saying my channel. I'm getting I'll say it politely because I don't want to be wrong, but I'm getting threatening messages from you, and from people from your group. And I'm just saying, whether it's you or not, because I don't want to make that assumption, because I know you said that there are trolls who do pretend to be you and whatnot. But tell them, could you get on here and do you remember that time when you came onto my live stream and I put you on loudspeaker and I got you to tell them to FUCK off? Well, you could actually do that now. If it is you, got a few things to say anyway, because I've had a sleepless night and I'm feeling, pretty sick as it is. I'm too afraid to go back to a property where I've been attacked. This is something that Tina Chave was meant to help me with. Do you remember? It's on your channel, by the way. The evidence is all there on your channel. Do you remember when I first phoned into Police Abusing Powers? If I don't have enough time to finish this voice message, you can watch my live stream. It's One Woman Vigilante. Do you remember, Bryony? So you've commented under my last live stream. Do you remember the first time I ever phoned in? Your words to me were how incredibly brave I was to ring in and do this. Also, you said, and the evidence is all there, this was from months ago, and in your Police Abusing Powers videos, you said to me you wouldn't tolerate any abuse of any kind whatsoever, blah, blah, blah. And then there was evidence of, someone referring to my partner as a C word. People love that word, don't they? But under the comments, you're saying to me that I'm wrong for calling them out, and that's their way of supporting me, is it? By referring to my partner as a C word, because he's been abusive. Right, okay, thanks for that. And yeah, you also, do you remember in that live chat where I'm getting abuse, which I reported to YouTube months ago, back in April, I think it was. You also said, Dan, that while I was in the comments saying, why won't Tina Chave take a phone call from me because she told me to ring her back, you were saying that you too would be angry if she didn't you know, that you two would be angry, and you know, so you're not really making sense in the comments that I'm about to point out under my live stream. So if it's you, don't come on my chat threatening me and getting this Princess Angela, who used foul language, calling me a bitch in your live chat, which I reported to YouTube, and referring to my partner as a C word, because this is your idea of helping me, is it? Because Tina Chave was there in the chat, and she was meant to take a phone call back from me, and she didn't. But she was there in the live chat, and this is meant to be a professional woman who told me to ring her back because she was going to do all these things to help me. She had QCs on standby in London with charitable rights organisations. It's not just, it's on your channel as well. All of the evidence of what you said and what she said. And anyway, there we go. So now, you know, whether it's you or not, it's police abusing powers, profile picture, and you're making these threats. Whether it's you or not, I've got to be careful how I word this. I feel physically sickened by it, absolutely physically sickened. And you're also mentioning my lady witness, who was attacked in the street trying to help me, who's going through cancer treatment. She was attacked by random drunks. Okay, I don't know what I'd be doing without her right now. But I've attempted suicide in this place I'm staying in for my safety. Tina Chave said I shouldn't be in that place where my stuff is, in that room, that temporary accommodation. Now, your Princess Angela has made these, I'm not going to respond to them because they're so bizarre. She's made all these weird comments. I think she's deleted them because that's something she seems to like doing. Oh no, they're still there. But she's novel-sized comments, absolutely demented, completely demented. She's claiming to be, I think she's claiming to be the person that the protected criminal that I recorded at the property. No, she's not. She's just some demented person from YouTube attacking me and threatening me on your behalf. And as for Scott, you emailed me to say that he had contacted the local MP office on my behalf. I'm just saying this so you know. I'm just correcting you here. The MP office call handler, Lucy, it's on my YouTube channel. She said that individual had contacted the House of Commons and been verbally abusive. And that he was reported to the police, and he admitted it was him. It's on my YouTube channel, so it's all on here. But I'm not going to respond to all the. I'm just not going to respond to.
You're approaching the maximum allowed time for recording a message. If you wish to record further, please choose the append option from the menu. If you've finished recording, just hang up. If you don't carry on recording or hang up, your message will be deleted. To listen to your message, press 1. To re-record your message, press 2. To continue recording your message, press 3. If you are happy with your message, press 4. Number, message sent. Goodbye.
Yeah, it's 8:30 in the morning. I'm feeling physically sick, shaken up. So that's the long and short of it. So Dan, I could have deleted your number, but you know, if you're going to get these demented people to come on and attack me, you know, I talked you up. I thought you were brave. You're no better than these pathetic little. I mean, I have got to be careful what I say because it could be someone pretending to be you. You did say to me that there are people who pretend to be you. With all the amount of gaslighting and lies that I've had, I'm in hellfire as it is with demented people everywhere. I just honestly, I can't. There are no words. Oh, I said how brave you were. Do you know what? You're no different to Andy Devine, you and Tina Chave, because Andy Devine said he was going to help me in the police cells. He was good. And then he's gone and got his people to sort of his vulnerable people with mental health issues to attack me. And it was no different. And he used the C word towards me. People love the C word. This is the new thing, the C word. It's the most foul, most vile, disgusting word ever. And you think that your people, Dan, that you showed me a video of you being suicidal with them, crying to them, and you've got them to attack me as a vulnerable woman, as a vulnerable female. You've got a mum to turn to, haven't you? I've got no one. I've been told by an expert in domestic abuse, I'm not safe here because my partner's a predator. He's got a flat to go to. And I'm not safe to, I'm in the home of a stranger and I'm not safe to go back. My lady witness last night was willing to be a witness he wanted to call 101, and I said, go on then, because he didn't like what I was saying about what he's put me through with the police. This lovely lady, I think there's a little bit of jealousy, is there? Or bitterness, because I've actually got a genuine good person who was a member of the public and she's supporting me. And what are you and Tina doing? You're getting your little minions to come and attack me and say demented, utterly mental. They're mental cases. I'm not going to respond to it. And Princess Angela, she's one of the people that you mentioned at the end of your videos as being a channel supporter of police abusing powers. And she's coming and threatening me and deleting comments, making threats and then deleting them. But I'm not even gonna read it because it's mental. It's absolutely mental. It's about these novel-sized comments. Saying something about that's me in your dictaphone recording. And so basically she's claiming to be she wants to take legal action against me because she's claiming to be one of those dangerous, demented criminal nutcases from my shared council accommodation. No, she's a dangerous, demented nutcase from YouTube. That's basically that's all I've said. So I've basically said, get off my channel, grow up, get a life. If you don't like what I'm saying, tough. You're not going to scare me. I've been through enough. I've had a sleepless night. I've been through a lot. I have been suicidal because of what the council, the police, the corruption, domestic violence, you name it. Had it all. Attempted rape was a walk in the park. That was nothing, attempted rape. I dealt with that. Could you deal with that? Could you walk away smiling? Could you go to the Saturn Rape Victims Centre, be poked and prodded with this, that and the other, and be laughing when you're giving evidence because you've realised how strong you are? But everything that I've been put through by utter demented cowards. We're talking about the people who run the town as well, because there are no mature adults left. You know, we've got adults who need adult nappies because they'll wet themselves at the thought of some vulnerable woman standing up for themselves. It's unbelievable. You're unbelievable. Every time I've said to someone how brave they are, I said to Dan how brave. I said, "Oh, it's wonderful what you do." Do you know what? I did the same with Tina. You lied. There you were in the chat, in your playground, fighting, name calling, the C word. Andy Devine thinks it's okay to call a vulnerable woman a C word. You're no different. The last time someone falsely offered help before Tina Chafe and made lies and gaslighting and all this sort of thing, it was actually the social worker landlord in supported accommodation. And he said to my dying mother, "Oh, she's made a complaint about, she's written a really long letter complaining about us, trying to get us into trouble." I didn't actually hear what he said, but it was I was complaining, and I couldn't tell my dying mother that I'd gone up to Beachy Head suicidal and that they weren't helping me. But she was angry that I was being harassed by a man who had a learning difficulty, who thought he owned the communal area. And basically, he goes and says to her, you know, this is our business, and she's trying to get us into trouble, this social worker landlord. And my mother then, because she's been manipulated by this piece of shit cretin, she said to me, "Well, I if it was my business, I think I'd be upset too, Bryony." But then when she realised I wasn't getting the help, because I had to sign a homeless application form 6 days before she died, and her friend said to me, "Are they helping you with her cancer?" And I felt like saying, "Are you joking?" When she realised they weren't helping, she said, "But they're supposed to be helping you." Yeah. I think some people, when I use the word coward, and I don't even say who it is that I'm calling a coward, they know who it is that I'm calling a coward. And it makes them angry because they know who they are. You know who you are. And I've just suddenly got these threats, which I made a huge, my last live stream, I made a YouTube live stream, my last live stream, saying, "Will you just stop harassing me?" And now I'm getting threats from these nutcases. This is my YouTube channel. Get off it. Grow up. Get a life. Because really, the channel police abusing powers shouldn't exist. Because this is criminal behaviour, actually. You're not fighting corruption. You're not brave. You don't falsely offer someone help Tell someone from an independent advice network. And by the way, it is trading standards, because I asked citizens' advice because I wrongly reported her to the Department of Health. They said to me, they're based in Ireland. You need to report them to the trading standards. So yeah, get your facts right first. You know what you're talking about. Because Dan, you said to me, I wouldn't, and it's on your channel. All of everything that you said to me is on your own channel. Do you want to go through months back? You said to me, I wouldn't promote someone that I didn't think would be able to help you. And this woman is saying, one woman vigilante, we never lose a case. I've got 40 years experience. As I said, charitable rights organisations with QCs on standby to help you with the housing and benefits. She said, I shouldn't be in that place. I need a criminal defence lawyer for everything that I've been through. I need all this help. She would not take a phone call back from me. It was none of your damn business. No one from Police Abusing Powers. And yet, Dan, if that is you under the comments with the symbol for Police Abusing Powers talking about your channel, because I don't want to get it wrong. If I'm wrong and it's not you, I don't want to make a mistake. But you're talking as if it is you, so I'm going to have to assume that is you. I'm looking for normal bloody people here. This is serious. I feel like I could go and throw up. I feel that sick. I was physically sick at the property because I was being harassed by demented police protected criminals. And Tina said I shouldn't be in there. As a vulnerable woman with complex needs. She told me to ring her back. And you're even saying that I should listen to this weird, this pathetic keyboard hero boy, this boy from North America, this troll, who thousands of miles away has made a YouTube video attacking me about a private phone call that not even people in the UK know about, because it was private. It was between me and Tina. You're telling me I should listen to a complete stranger from thousands of miles away who's made some troll, some boy, about a private phone call between me and Tina? It's not online. It's not on my laptop. I wish to goodness I'd recorded it, though. In the same way I wish I'd recorded my call with Andy Devine, but at least he's admitted that he may have called me a C word. Oh, but did I cause you any harm? Loss, harm, personal injury and all that BS? Sorry, I'm suddenly living in a dystopia where it's actually helpful to call someone a see you next Tuesday. My mother brought me up to be so polite, like a Jane Austen lady. So I'm so sorry if I don't understand your lingo here. But where I come from, calling someone a C word is the most vile, foul, disgusting, sickening thing to do to a vulnerable, suicidal, homeless woman who's bereaved from her late mother and has been let down by a social worker landlord in supported accommodation where she was attacked, and she's been attacked in temporary accommodation by criminals because she didn't get the help. So I would tell, if I were you, I would tell your Princess Angela, I've disabled the comments. Thank you. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm shining a light on the darkness. Thank you so much for continuing to show your true colours. But unless it's all deleted, it's all there, all this rubbish absolute drivel. I'm not even going to respond to these novel-sized comments. I've responded to some of it. But yeah, I've made my point. So it's no one else's business, but you make it everyone's business. You mean a private, Dan, you mean a private phone call between me and Tina? And you even said while they were abusing me, verbally abusing me and my partner in the live chat, and you said, I would be angry too if Tina let me down. And this Princess Angela went on to refer to me as a bitch. I know because I watched a bit more of the oh God, I just can't. I'm just so disgusted. And there she was. She has. This is a woman who said to me, don't worry. I've had 40 years experience. I'm retired, so I've got all the time in the world. And then she didn't want any more calls, even though she told me to ring her back. Then my partner was abusive, so I was in distress. I was in more distress. And then I get abuse in the live chat, and she would not. It's just wow. Oh, in Lost Souls Paranormal, one of your moderators is being abusive, and so I've responded to her saying, "Oh, you're a lovely lady, and here are some of the fake hearts that you sent me when I first called into Police Abusing Powers, when Dan said I was an incredibly brave person to ring in." And all this rubbish that he was saying, I will not tolerate abuse from anyone or bullying. And boom, suddenly changes. And you're getting angry with me because I'm calling you out. So you're making threats and you're getting your people to threaten me when I've already attempted suicide. You're getting your people. The police have made me suicidal. The police have helped make me suicidal. They've beaten me. And it actually, last night, it only just occurred to me that PC Austin may have actually acted out of malice, because there was one time in my partner's flat where I jumped out of the bath because my partner decided to call the police to scare me. I jumped out, threw clothes on while I was dripping wet. I knelt at PC Austin's feet to show that I was no threat. This little thug with no manhood, because none of them have. I mean, is there anyone who's got a manhood these days? I mean, is there anyone who's a real woman? Come to think of it, I know Juliet is a real woman. But yeah, and this PC Austin just started. I was shaking. I was homeless. Darren's called the police to scare me, and this is my partner. He's called the police. I'm shaking at his feet, and he grabbed me by the wrist like this, and I was screaming and crying. He's hurting me. He's hurting me. And I grabbed. He made me grab my sleeping bag and took me out of the flat so that everyone in the block could hear I was calling out, he's hurting me, he's hurting me. And I was crying out, and my partner wouldn't do anything. He was all mousy. Go with him to hospital. So I went with this coward this coward drove me to the hospital I was in a heightened state of distress. And he had the nerve to say, Bryony, you're have some respect. You're outside a hospital. And he said it really aggressively. You have some respect. You piece of shit. That's a hospital where my mother was dying of cancer, you absolute turd, PC Austin. And I tell you what, I know what you've done now. I know exactly why you and the council did what you did, because I got a nurse to look at my wrist. It's on record now. It's all on my channel because I've had time to think. Because the next time I saw you was up on Beachy Head when I had my calls terminated and I'd been for hours on the phone to the local government ombudsman, social worker, complaining about one of these dangerous temporary accommodations where criminals and nutcases were upsetting everyone. There was a mother with a child and a baby. Baby wasn't safe. A drunk fell on the pram. Where was adult social care there? Where were social services? I don't have children, but I'm telling you that baby was not safe. I wasn't safe there. And then I get this hotel receptionist, and they're all saying, because I've emailed the local MP on my behalf, but it's affecting other people, and this Rika, the manageress of the Citrus Hotel, oh, she's all nice to begin with because we're all like that, you know. And then she's like, we're not a hospital, Bryony. And this was a hotel, by the way, that Adult Social Care sent me to in a taxi and then sent me away suicidal because they said we don't accept people from Adult Social Care. They did that to me one time. And here I was, self-funding, £2,000. So I was one of, you know, I was been self-funding for 2 months at that point. So even though I was a loyal guest, she let a guest threaten me. I went up to Beachy Head suicidal and distressed because I was tired, hungry, drained, and the police were terminating my calls. And I had literally just had a letter from the Professional Standards Department apologising for hanging up on me. And they've done it endlessly to this day, whilst targeting me and arresting me where criminals are protected. And this is something that Tina Chave was meant to help me with. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? Is it going in? She said, by law, they should not be hanging up on you and you should not be in one of these places. Citizens Advice told me to report her to Trading Standards, the Independent Advice Network. And she was on your channel when your people were abusing me and you did nothing, Dan. And yet you said, and it's all on your videos, you will not tolerate abuse. And just for the record, when PC Austin, PC Soper and PC Broadway beat me up on Beachy Head and took me to the custody centre and threw me to the ground and stripped me naked and pushed my head on the ground and then sectioned me, and then I was assaulted by nursing assistants, and then I had my phone snatched from me while I was on the phone to my partner, who was trying to get Steve Churchill from the food bank to listen. But these psychopath nursing assistants, because Sussex Partnership are not only responsible for the assassination attempt of John Alexander Patterson, they are covering up many suicides, including a murder. Oh, including the suicide of Reese. Reese, who discharged himself when I went AWOL in June 2018 because they wouldn't help me, and Reese went and jumped off Beachy Head where his brother jumped. So yes, Yolanda Kenwood, I don't think you're wrong about the Beachy Head suicide scandal, but I'm not going to mention you anymore because you've turned out to be a bit of a nutcase yourself, because I politely responded to you and you called me insane. So you're no different to police abusing powers trolls. So, yeah, PC Austin, what did they do? What did they do? I'll tell you what they did. So he's injured my wrist. which I never sued them for, by the way. I've never to this day managed to sue them over a 6-year period, despite the fact that I'm due a lot of compensation and for all their serious crimes against me. Just less than a month later, I was trafficked from the custody centre to the psychiatric unit in Worthing to Belmore Road, where I was non-stop attacked by demented, nutcase criminals, police protected criminals. With my bedroom window smashed, I was attacked while I was in the bath. I was terrified at one point that someone was going to kill me. And this is the place that Tina Chave said I should not be in by law. And she was going to help me. But she didn't take another call from me because some sort of interaction, and none of you will tell me, but you'll threaten me for speaking about it on my channel where I have freedom of speech. That PC Austin turned up, and the same one who had injured my wrist in my partner's flat, saying the Home Office train us to do that, and I got a nurse to look at my wrist. The same PC Austin who assaulted me on Beachy Head. The same PC Austin who then comes to the property smiling, finding it funny that I was dripping wet with a towel wrapped around me again, because the last time he saw me was when I jumped out of my partner's bath, shaking, kneeling at his feet. So isn't it, I'm realising even as I'm saying this, there's a really weird pattern here. Or is it all orchestrated? Don't know. I'd have to, only my partner knows. Don't speak for other people. You're only responsible for yourself. Don't speak for others. Every single one of you on this earth, you're all responsible for yourselves. If you don't speak up, you don't do anything, you're complicit in all these crimes against humanity. But this PC Austin found it amusing that this demented degenerate had attacked me while I was in the bath. And then a few months later, it was in the paper that I beat him and his colleagues on Beachy Head. Me, Bryony McCarthy, Bryony McCarthy, the living woman and not the legal fiction, who's never committed a crime in her life, who reported Jenny Haynes to the legal ombudsman for saying that I should plead guilty so that I can get a probation officer to help me with housing. Wow. So, if you and Tina want to add to the corruption, Tina Chave of the Independent Advice Network, and Dan, if you want speaking my truth, you've even mentioned, whether it's you or a troll, someone pretending to be you, under that last live stream, mimicking what I have already said, that an expert in domestic abuse says I'm not safe with my partner. Right. And you think that it's then okay for your people to refer to my partner as a C word? That's supporting me, is it? That's helping me. Your partner's a C word. Nah. Your partner's a see you next Tuesday. Nah. Tina Chave tried to help you. No. It's unbelievable. Do you guys have children? Do you have children? I don't have children, but oh my gosh. Can you imagine having you guys as a parent? Oh, I'd kill myself. I'd kill myself if you, oh my God. Well, you're attacking a vulnerable suicidal woman and threatening her. Go on then, call the police. The police weren't even interested when I had people from YouTube, and I've recorded the calls. The police, the 101 call handlers weren't interested when I said that people from YouTube were ringing, harassing me, and I'm not answering the phone because my phone number's been passed around either by Dan or by Tina or by the Andy Devine or Matt Taylor and these others, because they're the only people that had my number. On no one else on the internet has my number. It's not public. It hasn't been published. My number is not public. So I'm being polite but assertive to absolutely foul, filthy, disgusting. So yeah, it's now 9 o'clock in the morning and I've had a sleepless night. So if you want to delete those comments, you delete them, but I'm leaving all of my, I will leave your comments up because I never delete anything. I never delete abusive comments towards me. I want it to be seen. I'm shining a light on the darkness. I'm exposing, well, you're doing it for yourselves, really. Those who are attacked, those who attack, those who threaten with nonsensical, mindless, demented. And this Princess Angela claiming to be, oh, that's a recording you're playing of me, and making up you're deluded. I don't know if you actually are deluded or if you're actually deliberately trying to orchestrate something, or both. I don't know if you're deluded and or trying to get into some sort of whatever you're doing, it's not going to work because I'm not going to respond to it. But you're basically claiming that you're one of these people at the property that I'm keeping away from for my safety. You're one of these criminals. No, you're not. You're a criminal troll from YouTube, and you need to grow up and get a life and get off my channel and unsubscribe. So yeah, I've been very polite, and Dan's moderator, Lost Souls Paranormal, I responded with hearts. I said, oh, because she was attacking me. And I said, oh, you're a lovely lady. You're the one who was all hearts and, every time I came on to Police Abusing Powers, it would be all big hearts and kisses. Oh, hello, one woman vigilante. Heart, 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 heart. Is this how you go through your life? Being fake? I tell you what, I feel so much better talking to my lady witness last night, because I'm being more of the real me, the more of the real authentic me. So I'm being polite but assertive and firm, and less of the doormat that I've always been. Whereas you lot, you've just deceived me. And there's no shortage of parasites like you. So, yeah, I'm just being very polite. Thanks very much. Thank you for your abuse. Thank you for your threats. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing me your true colours. But I won't stop speaking my truth. So whether that's Dan or someone pretending to be Dan, I could not give two flying hoots. Okay, that's all I have to say now.